going to end on this story. There was a young woman who had been diagnosed with terminal illness and had been given 3 months to live. Young woman, 3 months to live. She was getting her things in order, so she called her pastor. Pastor came over to the house. She said, I've only been given a little bit to live. She said, I want you to do my funeral. I want you to preach my funeral. The young pastor, he was young, but he said, it'll be an honor to preach your funeral. She said, I would like these songs sung, these hymns that glorify God. I would like them sung at my funeral. I would like a few things done at my funeral. The pastor said, we will do all that. He got ready to leave. As he was about to leave, the young woman said, there's one more thing. She said, when they put me in the casket, I haven't put a fork in my hand. She said, I'm sure you think that's odd, Pastor. But she said, my grandmother would always have dinner. And at the end of the dinner, when you thought everything was over, she would whisper over to me, save the fork. There's something better coming. I mean, don't put the fork back in the plate because dinner wasn't over. And she goes, I knew what she meant by that. That there was some dark chocolate brownie, some deep dish apple pie. She goes, I knew the best was yet to come. And I want you, when you put me in a casket, to put a fork in my hand. So when people walk by, they say, what is the fork for? And they did that. They put her out. They had a fork in her hand. And the pastor said when people walked by, he heard many of them commenting, why does she have a fork in her hand? And they would ask themselves that. Why would she have a fork in her hand? And the young pastor got to get up and preach the sermon for her funeral. They said, many of you saw her in the casket with a fork in her hand, and you didn't understand what that was about. And he told the story of her grandmother, and he said, because this woman knows more of heaven than I do, because she's there now, and she knew that the best was yet to come. So when you see a fork on your plate, remember, for the Christian, no matter what's going on in this life, save the fork, because the best is yet to come.